Hey everyone, Mercy here. I'm back again with yet another haul video. So this is going to be my haul for December 2021. Can't believe it's the end of the year already. I mean, it's like this year just started and what a roller coaster of a year it's been. Before we begin, please take some time, hit that like button, smash that beautiful red subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel, and of course don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. With that out of the way, let's get down to it. So these are the packages that came in this week. When I'm recording this, it is currently the 4th of December 2021. Let's start. So first on our list we have Love of Kill Volume 2. Love of Kill has been on my radar for some time now. Just when I decided to start picking it up, Volume 1 went out of stock, so I have ordered Volume 1 to 3 I think as of when I'm recording this. So yeah, Love of Kill Volume 2, from what this is a Yen Press release. So from what I can understand, these two are hitmen for competing organizations, this lady here and this dude. So but this guy has feelings for her, and I don't know whether she's aware of it as of yet or not, but there's some childhood past between them also going on. At least that's what I heard from most of the reviews I see on MangaTube. So Love of Kill, yes, competing assassins working for competing organizations, and yet having and I'm guessing there's going to be romance coming up from the name, of course, but I do believe this is from what I hear, it's pretty action heavy, so there's going to be lots of action. The romance in the beginning takes a bit of a backseat and it's a bit of a slow burn from what I hear. So yeah, I'm interested in getting into this and seeing where this leads, how this goes, what the story is all about and all. Yeah. So next up, once again, another volume of Love of Kill. This is volume 3. Like I said, I have got 1, 2 and 3. I think 1 will be coming in later. I don't know if it's in this clip yet or not. But yes, I have got 1, 2, 3. So I can't wait to get down to this. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. I have heard it has a bit of a Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibe going to it. So yeah, definitely interested in seeing more of this. Let's have a look at some of the artwork. The artwork's pretty good. It looks quite decent. Yeah, so Love of Kill Volume 3. Next up we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 10. Now Jujutsu Kaisen is a series that needs no introduction. Volume 10, this completes my set of up till Volume 12 I believe. As of recording this, Volume 13 has just, I think it is coming out soon, or it has already come out. I'm not so sure yet, but I have up till Volume 12 right now, and I've stopped at Volume 8, so I've got a good 4 volumes that I can binge read now. The artwork in Jujutsu Kaisen is it's a little scratchy. It's got like this really rough quality to it, but for some, I don't want to open this up and show you in case there are spoilers and stuff, but yeah, the art style, let me see if I can find something. The art style is, it's scratchy, it's rough, but for some reason it really works for this series and what it's going for. This is peak shonen currently, out there right now, this and Chainsaw Man. So yeah, I loved what I've read so far of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I can't wait to read more. Like, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you've probably seen that I stopped just shy of the Shibuya arc. I think I was where I'm currently. I just finished Gojo's backstory and stuff like that. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 10. Cannot wait to get into it. Next up, we have Bite Maker Volume 3. Now, I bought Bite Maker Volume 1 and 2 and as of now, this is the latest one that's out. This is a bit of an Omega-verse situation, a romantic thing. I'm not going to open this and show you some of the artwork because from what I learned from the previous volumes, it's pretty spicy. It gets really, heated up. So I'm not sure whether I can show it to you guys. But this basically follows the school where they've got these alpha. It's an Omega verse, so you've got the various statuses, alpha, betas and omegas, and you've got this guy who's an alpha and he finds this girl who's basically an omega and he manages to get her to join their elite school and stuff like that, and she's been hiding that she's an omega for quite some time. So it's from where I'm at right now, it's pretty much an early stage. So Bite Maker, if you're into the Omega verse sort of thing, this is gonna be kind of for you. I was tuned on to this by Geeky Dreams, so thank you Geeky. I saw her video and I saw that I saw this on one of her hauls and she recommended it. So yeah, it is spicy. It's not for the faint of heart. Particularly you have to be of a certain age to read this, so definitely give it a go if you're into that sort of things. If not, there's lots of other things out there, but this for me, it's kind of like a bit guilty pleasure, and I enjoyed volumes 1 and 2. And last but not least, for this particular clip, we have Waiting for Spring Volume 6. Waiting for Spring is a shoujo typical romance. It's this girl and she somehow befriends the basketball team, the princes who all happen to be on the basketball team, these 4 guys here. And so this is her main love interest, and this guy, he's from a competing school, and he happens to be her childhood friend who she reunites with. She's meeting him after a very long time, and basically it's how these 4 get to know her. And starting off, they're just downright rude to her, they're mean, but they become friends, and she befriends them, and this is basically their story. So I'm guessing it's going to have some drama between her and these 2 guys. So I have now up till volume 6. So this is gonna take a bit of a back burner for me for a while, because I'm really into the shonen feel a bit with just a touch of romance. So right now this is going to take a bit of a back burner until I decide to pick up more of this, but I will be picking up the series as and when I can, just not as high a priority right now. So yeah, so that is volume 6 of Waiting for Spring. So these are all the things that came in this week. So yeah, I've got a whole lot of new stuff, lots of new things that I want to try out. I think a lot of new series that I'm trying out are coming in this month. So I can't wait to start these new series, to try out, pick up on a couple of old series. So yeah, see you in the next clip. This is Mercy. Bye for now. Hey everyone, so today is the 12th of December 2021 and these are the packages that came in. So without further ado, let's get straight down into it. This was available at a great price, that's why I jumped up and picked it up. So now I have up till 20, missing volume 19. So yeah, so that's Fire Force 20. I think the remainder up to 20 should be somewhere in this haul. So yeah, what can I say about Fire Force that I haven't said before? Things are heating up right now. So I am enjoying it. There is a whole lot of fan service, but if you can look past that, it has a very compelling and interesting story. And if you like shonen sort of manga sort of thing, then I definitely suggest you give this one a go. I do believe this is from the creator of Soul Eater, and I do believe the mangaka for this is going to be retiring after they complete. I don't know whether I mentioned it, but they will be retiring once they complete this. It's currently in its final arc in Japan. So yeah, I think it's up to volume 23 or 24 is out now in English. So yeah, Fire Force volume 20. The artwork is just great. So next up, I have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Now I was on the fence about this particular series because yeah, I just didn't know if it would be for me. I will say the art style is gorgeous. I've seen it in many people's halls and I love the art style, but I wasn't very sure about the premise. Now just going straight off what I know about the premise, there's this school where it's got, the school has 7 mysteries, I think it's 7. It has 7 secret mysteries and supernatural occurrences, and they occur in different spots in the school. So there's this girl and she happens to meet this guy who I think is some spirit or ghost or such, and she befriends him and he happens to occupy one of the toilets. I'm not sure if it's a girl's bathroom toilet or not, but he occupies one of the toilets, and this our main character, I think it's this young lady here, she meets him there and befriends him, and together they set out, from what I gather, they set out to, you know, solve the mysteries and stuff, and she gets lured into this world. Now what I have heard about Toilet Bound Hanako-kun is that it starts off strong, it dips a bit in the middle, and then the current arc that it's on is supposed to be really good. Also, I've heard, from what I heard, it starts off light-hearted and it's got its dark moments, but the current, where the manga is currently at, a bit of a darker tone, and I love that about manga. They are light-hearted, there's comedy, there's a bit of everything, and I do enjoy when things do take a bit of a darker turn. So I'm waiting to read more of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Now this particular haul, this month's haul, I'm going to be trying out a couple of new series. You'll see it in my haul coming up. Now if you can see, the artwork is just gorgeous, and these color pages, they're so well done. So yeah, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. So next up we have Love of Kill Volume 1. Now I have up till Volume 3, no, I think up till Volume 4, I'm not sure. But I am going to get into this. It seems right up my alley. Like I've mentioned before, it's got a Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibe going to it. Also, I want to see what's the backstory between these two. I've not begun reading this yet. I was waiting to collect at least 3 to 4 volumes before I started reading. So I do believe, from what I hear, that even though this is basically a romance series, I do believe that the romance takes a bit of a back seat as of right now. There isn't much plot going on between these two lead characters. So yeah, from the synopsis and from what I've heard, it seems to be fun. It's got action, it's got romance, it's got everything. So I'm excited to give this a go. So next up on our list we have QQ Sweeper Volume 2. This is yet another new series that I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to try out a bunch of new series this month. So QQ Sweeper happens to be one of them. Now this is the prequel to Queen's Quality, and I went in for QQ Sweeper because from what I heard, since it's the prequel, I thought I'd better read it first before I jump into Queen's Quality to get a better understanding of the world. Queen's Quality, I was really intrigued by seeing it in a couple of manga tubers halls, particularly Nana's Dreams. So that's basically what convinced me to get into this. So QQ Sweeper is basically, it's just 3 volumes, volume 1, 2, 3. This is volume 2. From what I gather, this girl, she's got some sort of special abilities, psychic abilities. She's able to clean negative emotions, and this guy, he comes from a family that basically does that. That's their main job. So he realizes that she's got this power and he recruits her, and from what I gather, basically he's training her. That's what QQ Sweeper is about. Queen's Quality follows these two further on in life. Now this is by the creator of Dengeki Daisy. I have not read, nor do I own Dengeki Daisy, but I love this, and I think the art style is really good. The covers for Queen's Quality are one of the main reasons that drew me in. So I thought I'd give QQ Sweeper a go, definitely read that, and I will definitely be collecting Queen's Quality as well. But first I wanted to go through QQ Sweeper. The art style is pretty shoujo reminiscent. It's pretty good. I am interested in seeing where the story goes, how it progresses. So yeah, QQ Sweeper Volume 2. So next up, and the final package in this clip is volumes 18, 16 and 17. So 16, 17 and 18 of Fire Force. So like I showed in the previous one of the previous shots, I had got volume 20. I'm missing only volume 19, and then I have a clear run up till volume 20. We'll be getting volume 19 soon, hopefully. So like what I already gave my thoughts on Fire Force. I particularly like these two characters, Captain Benimaru. He happens to be one of my flat down favorite characters in. So yeah, I've full disclosure, I have never read Soul Eater or watched the anime for Soul Eater. I know Square Enix is coming out with these gorgeous perfect editions, but they're a bit on the pricey side for me. So once I complete Fire Force, I do plan to give Soul Eater a go. I would like to hear from you guys, and please let me know if I should go the manga route or whether I should check out the anime first. So yeah, but there is an anime for Fire Force. I will be checking that out as well. The artwork, like I said, is pretty good. It's decent. So yeah, the only nitpick I have is all these volumes, all of them have the very, very same back cover. I like a little variety in my back covers, as I've mentioned before. So yeah, it's pretty boring. I don't know. They could have put in a bit more effort into the back cover. But yeah, so that's 16, 17 and 18 of Fire Force. So these are all the volumes that I got in this week. Like I said, I'm stepping out of bounds and trying out a couple of new series. So I really want to try out new stuff. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. I do listen to you guys. It would really help me out. So that's all for this clip. See you guys in the next clip. Hey everyone, so it is currently the 17th of December 2021 when I'm recording this. Holiday season is upon us. Christmas cheer is near. Before I go any further, I want to wish all my viewers out there, those of you who celebrate Christmas, have a wonderful festive season. For those of you who don't, have a wonderful new year ahead. I hope you guys have the best of wishes from me, from my side, and from my entire family too. So yeah, let's start unpacking these. These are the packages that came in this week. I sort of went ham this Christmas season with a lot of manga, a lot more than I normally do. So yeah, this is the stuff that came in this week. Now straight off, I want to start with these packages because okay, I want to take a minute to point out Amazon's packaging in these. These are so poorly packaged. I mean, there isn't even bubble wrap on inside on the interior of these packages, so it's really bad. I'm wondering what condition the manga is going to be in, because we all know Amazon doesn't have the best condition. They don't send it off in the best condition most of the time. So yeah, I am apprehensive, but let's get down to it. So first up, I have Black Clover Volume 2. Now this is a new series I am getting into. Now I want to give a shout out to one of my viewers who left a comment in the comment section, and they suggested that I give Black Clover a try. I did check out the anime. I've heard the anime. I've heard the main guy Asta particularly is pretty irritating in the anime, so I've heard most of them say go the manga route for it. But I will tell you personally, when I watched the anime, I watched a few episodes just to get a feel of how it is. I'll tell you frankly, Asa didn't bother me that much. He did a little, particularly with his shouting, but he didn't really bother me as much as I thought he would. I thought he was pretty tolerable. It was pretty good, and from what I watched, I enjoyed what I watched. So I decided to start picking up the manga. So I've got volume 1 and 2. Now volume 1 has not arrived yet. I don't know if it's in any of these packages. This is volume 2. Now from the basic synopsis is this. This is a world where people get these grimoires where they which allow, and where magic rules. You need to have magic to get anywhere in life. And these two guys, they are orphans in an orphanage, and this guy is specially really gifted with magic. However, this dude, our main dude Asta here, does not have magic, but he wants to become I don't know what the Emperor King, Emperor Knight, I don't know what the exact term is, but he wants to receive a high ranking. He wants to stand out. He wants to achieve a lot. This guy is basically the prodigy of the group, and they have this ceremony where they get these grimoires, and at this ceremony this guy gets a I think it's a 4-leaf clover, which is a very rare type of grimoire, and you know, this guy, he also enters the test. It's like a test for all kids of a certain, once you reach a certain age, you get your grimoire, and based on your grimoire's quality, you can do the magic. So this kid does not get a grimoire. He's the only kid in the entire village who does not get a grimoire. So everyone's making fun of him. But from where I saw in the anime, he does manage to get his hand on a grimoire. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a pretty special grimoire. So I didn't watch many episodes. I think I watched only 2 or 3 episodes to get a feel of it, to see whether I'd be interested. Thanks a lot to the person who recommended this to me. So I will be picking these up. The artwork's pretty good. I want to get into it. I want to see where the story leads. I want to see where our protagonist goes, how he achieves his goals. So yeah, I am really interested in giving Black Clover a go. So I'm going to give it the first 3 volume rule and see how I feel about it. But I honestly telling you, I expect to enjoy this piece. So thank you to my viewer who commented. And that's another thing for you guys. You guys leave me comments. I do listen to them. I do take heed to them. And I find some really good stuff thanks to it. So thank you guys. Okay, so my next pickup is Hiroki I don't know how to pronounce his name. Samura's Blade of the Immortal Omnibus Edition Volume 1. Now I'm looking at this cover. I'm wondering, is it dirty or is it supposed to be like that? I don't know if you can get it in the shot. I have a feeling it's supposed to look like that. Now this is a seinen series, and I really wanted to get into some samurai sort of series sort of thing, and I decided to give Blade of the Immortal a go. Now Blade of the Immortal, funny thing is, I've seen those gorgeous leather-bound deluxe editions that Dark Horse is releasing, and I so badly wanted that, but price wise it is not really in my budget, so I didn't want to go in for that. I did decide to go in for the omnibus editions since they are still available. Now what drew me to these omnibus editions is these spines. I love this. I like the spines, and you know where I got a look at the spines. It was on Boogie Snacks' channel. He's a manga tuber. He's a great manga tuber, really fun guy. I do suggest you go check his channel out. So Boogie Snacks, I've always noticed on his shelf he'll have the Blade of the Immortal Omnibus series, and his and the spines, they look really cool. So since those two main factors, the price and the gorgeous spines, taken into consideration, I decided to go in for the omnibus editions. Though I really want those deluxe editions, but I'm gonna refrain from that. So actually it was a choice between Blade of the Immortal or Vagabond, and why I gravitated towards Blade of the Immortal was basically, I think Vagabond is currently unfinished, if I'm not mistaken. It's on hiatus, so that's the main reason I didn't go in for Vagabond. I decided to go in for Blade of the Immortal. Now the story behind Blade of the Immortal is this guy. He's an immortal samurai or assassin or something. He's killed a lot of people, and he is on the path to redemption. And to redeem himself, I think he's killed 100 people or 1,000 people or something. So to redeem himself, he goes on a path to save, 100 or 1,000 people. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it's 100 or 1,000. But he has to save a certain number of people in order to seek redemption, to remove the curse of immortality that's been placed on him. Now we have this young lady here. Her family has been killed, and she's seeking revenge. So basically, she teams up with this guy and to get revenge for her family. So that's basically the story. I don't know how it goes. So I'm telling you, I'm looking at this, and the artwork, I don't know if you can see this, but the artwork, wow, oh my god, look at this. The artwork is just so awesome. I can't wait to read this. This is definitely a seinen series, so it's not for the faint of heart. I don't think they've given a age restriction or anything on this volume. But yeah, it is a seinen, and I have been getting into seinens of late. So and I particularly wanted a samurai or something based in that era. So yeah, Blade of the Immortal, can't wait. I want to get into it. I've watched the Meet the Wheat family, and they speak about it going into the term badger hole that they use. I am a little bummed about that, but I want to give it a fair shot. So Blade of the Immortal. So next up we have QQ Sweeper Volume 3. Now I mentioned before, I think in one of the previous clips, I did unbox QQ Sweeper Volume 2. So this is Volume 3. It's a 3-volume series, but it does continue on with Queen's Quality. Like I said, it was Queen's Quality that made me want to buy QQ Sweeper. So I am actively collecting the series as of now. I haven't started it. I'll wait for the haul for this month to come in before I start this. But I want to really give this a go. I love the covers. This is, I think it's branded as Shoujo, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Shoujo Beat. It's a Shoujo Beat title, but I do believe it's got a fair share of action in it. So yeah, let's see where this goes. This is by the same creator of Dengeki Daisy. Dengeki Daisy, I will say, has an interesting plot, but when I read the synopsis, I gravitated more towards Queen's Quality and QQ Sweeper than I did to Dengeki Daisy. So yeah, QQ Sweeper. Dengeki Daisy is an older shoujo for you guys, those of you guys who want to know, and I think I may have trouble collecting it, but maybe on a later date I will give it a go. Okay, so I've got Spy Family Volume 6. Now, for a long time, I had a doubt whether it is pronounced as Spy X Family or Spy Family, but from what I hear, from most people I hear, it is pronounced as Spy Family. A great anime is coming out to this. I can't wait for the anime. So this is the latest volume 6. So now I have a straight run up to volume 6. I was waiting for volume 6 to come in before I read the next few. I think I read up to 3 or 4. So 5 and 6 now I want to read. There is quite a break between the volume 7 that's going to come out. So I don't know, maybe I will reread it once it comes, because this is a pretty fast, entertaining, fun read. Now this is a new character that comes in. I believe she's infatuated with Twilight, our lead, the Spy character. Now if you guys don't know the story for Spy Family, I don't know whether I should go into it, but let me just quickly go. Let me give you a quick synopsis. So we've got a spy who needs to set up a fake family. His name is Twilight. So he manages to rope in this little girl and a lady to play his wife. But unknown to him, the girl's a telepath, the lady is an assassin. And they soon get a little dog also. And this dog, wouldn't you know it, is not ordinary, because he can see the future. And nobody knows about each other's true past except the little girl, who of course is a telepath. He needs to set up this family to infiltrate a hi-fi school. And yeah, so far, I haven't seen much romance in this aspect. It's pretty much family hijinks and stuff like that. That little girl Anya, let me see if I can find a picture of her. The little girl Anya, she is so sweet, she's so cute. Okay, I cannot find a picture of her in this, so yeah, maybe next. I'll put up a picture maybe in the side of little Anya. You get a chance to see her. She's the most adorable thing. So yeah, so they need to infiltrate the school, and this little girl needs to go and stuff like that. Now what I like aesthetically about these volumes is all of them will always be each character featured on the cover will be seated on a different type of chair or a seat or something, which I thought is a unique thing, because they have this really nice mid-century modern kind of look to all the seating stuff. So yeah, Spy Family, definitely give it a go, because it is something that if you're new to manga, I've repeated this many times, but for you guys who are getting into manga who are new, it is here we have little Anya. This is Anya. So she's got like a little onion face, and I really like that. So I'm eager to see where this goes, and I can't wait to sit down and start reading these volumes. But I'm gonna have to wait till next month till this haul gets over before I do. But I guess in the January reading log, which comes out end of Jan, you will probably see this. So yeah, Spy Family Volume 6. Check out that cover. So the next volume of manga that I've opened up is The Witch and the Beast. Now this came onto my radar when I watched it on the Manga Slots YouTube channel, and of course I saw a couple of people hauling it, particularly the Manga Slot and Meet the Weeb family, and they speak good stuff about it. It's supposed to be a gothic look, sort of like a feel, with magic and action and stuff. Also, like I said, kudos to the guy who pointed this out to me. One of my viewers in the comment section also suggested this, but I had the thing is I had already placed an order for this prior to when he had suggested it. So my dude, thank you for suggesting it. Your suggestion only made me want to read it all the more, so thank you so much. Now I don't know much about this story. I know this guy carries a coffin around with him, and for different reasons I think they are hunting witches. I'm not exactly sure. If you guys want to know more, I will make it a point to place a synopsis somewhere on the screen right now. But from what I hear, this is dark. It's got a real gothic feel. The art style is really intricate. I mean, look at this. I did not expect such intricate art style. From what I hear, it's got intrigue, mystery, a whole lot of things. It's got action. I do not believe it delves into the realm of romance, but I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. It gives me a good vibe, and the cover arts are really good. I like that they, from what I've seen from most of the cover arts, they've got like one main color which dominates the panels. So I like it. The art style, like I said, the art style is different from what I'm used to. So I'm really excited to give this a go. And thank you, my friend, who suggested this in my comments. Thank you so much. Yeah, so as I had mentioned, I am getting into Queen's Quality. Main reason why I got QQ Sweeper. So this is volume 1 of Queen's Quality. I have given in the previous clip a basic rundown of what this series is about. And like I said, this month I wanted to try out a bunch of new stuff. That's why with The Witch and the Beast and Black Clover and Blade of the Immortal. So I'm basically trying out a whole lot of new stuff. So yeah, this is the first volume of QQ Sweeper. I don't know where the of Queen's Quality. I don't know where QQ Sweeper leaves off, but I know Queen's Quality picks up. From what I read on the internet, you need to read QQ Sweeper if you want to get a good grasp of the world of Queen's Quality. These covers are really gorgeous, but this is not one of my favorite covers. I've seen a couple of covers that look absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, this is Queen's Quality volume 1. Now we got a big chunky one. Okay, so I've got volumes 1 and 3 also, besides the volume 2 that previously I opened up. 1 and 3, like, I think it's got a really dark gothic feel, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it really intrigues me. So like I've told you, I've already explained my reasons for getting this. I saw it on a couple of manga tubers site, and that recommendation from my friend really solidified it all the more that I want to give it. I am giving it the 3-volume rule to check out and see how it would be, whether it is my cup of tea, because there have been a couple of things which I thought would be my cup of tea, but I was not sure. But I really think this is going to be up my alley. It is currently an ongoing series, and if I'm not mistaken, there are 7 or 8 volumes. I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but there are around 7 or 8 volumes currently out, and I'm giving the first 3 a go. So I'm very excited to read this. And last but not least, for this clip, I have Makoto Yukimura's Vinland Saga Book 4. Now I am loving Vinland Saga. How much I've read of it, I'm digging it totally. It will be coming up in my reading log as well. Vinland Saga, now where to go? We've got Askeladd on the cover here. Book 4, I don't want to go into spoilers where I've read so far. I think I've read till book 3. So book 4 really heats things up. I love where this goes. This is a Viking series. So it follows Thorfinn, and I believe it goes, from what I heard, there is an arc called the farming arc where things sort of take a bit of a, they do take a bit of a dull thing, but some people seem to love that arc. They think it's great. Some people not so much. So I'm interested in seeing. So far we haven't entered here. We've got Prince Canute sitting on the throne here. Okay, let me tell you something about Prince Canute. I did not expect to see where he was going, where that character was headed, but I am surprised and I'm loving the direction it's taking so far. If you're into seinen, if you like Vikings, medieval stuff, this is definitely something you should give a go. I have heard people say that if you like this, you're gonna like Berserk. Now Berserk, I am a little hesitant about Berserk, mainly because some people love it, most people love it, they rave about it, and some people, I follow Meet the Weeb family a lot, and they, Mommy Weeb, a lot of her tastes are similar to mine. She did not enjoy it that much. She really didn't like it. So I'm a little on the fence about Berserk. Let me know in the comments section down below if I should give Berserk a try. I don't know whether I should go the singles route or those gorgeous deluxe editions. But let me know if I should give Berserk a try. If it's too gory or too, you know, I don't know, weird, I don't know whether I want to give it a go. But I will tell you this, I've seen some of the artwork for Berserk and it's gorgeous. I'm not talking about the monsters. Monsters really freak me out most of the time, particularly grotesque monsters. And the monsters I have seen in some of the shots, panel shots I've seen of Berserk, they are pretty grotesque and downright weird and ugly. That's one of the reasons I get really, I'm a vanilla flavored person. Even going into seinen was very difficult for me. It was a difficult choice because that wasn't really my cup of tea. But I am slowly venturing into seinen with particularly Vinland Saga, Golden Kamuy, and now Blade of the Immortal. So yeah, these are the volumes I got in this week. Definitely a good haul this week. I love some of the stuff that I've gotten here. Can't wait to start reading some of these things. Really excited. Lots of new stuff that I'm delving into, and I hope I'm not disappointed. I'm trusting a lot of you guys who are giving me recommendations. So yeah, that's it for now. So I'm going to stop this clip right here. See you in the next one. Hey everyone. So when I'm recording this is the 30th of December 2021. We're almost at the end of the new year. I'm going to try and get this video out as soon as possible. So without wasting any further time, let's get straight down into unpacking these babies. These are all that came in over the past 2 weeks. I didn't record the past week because it was Christmas and I had lots of stuff going on, so I was pretty busy. So yeah, I'm going to let's get straight down into unpacking these babies. Okay, I don't know whether I should show this cover or not, but this is Chainsaw Man Volume 6. I've heard nothing but great things about this manga, and I'm trying to collect it as and when I get, since I'm pretty late on the train, so I'm just gonna get whatever volumes I get as and when they come into stock. So yeah, that's Chainsaw Man. I don't think there's much I can tell you about this. This is pretty hyped up in the community right now. I believe there are 11 volumes, and I don't know what is the latest volume out. I don't know, 8 or 9, I'm not sure. But I believe there are 11 volumes, but I do believe it is coming back. This is going to be getting an anime soon, and that trailer for the anime was kind of the reason that convinced me into getting into this, one of the big reasons. So yeah, Chainsaw Man Volume 6. So next up I have Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku Volume 2. I bought Volume 1 recently and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It did come in a bit damaged, and looking at this, if you can see right up top here, this is also pretty a bit damaged. Not as bad as the previous one, considering the packaging is just this flimsy, I don't know, this sort of flimsy paper thing with absolutely no bubble wrap or anything. The previous one came in a similar condition. So yeah, Wotakoi Love is Hard for Otaku. This is pretty episodical. but I liked it enough to give the entire series a go. I believe up till volume 5 is out. There are going to be, I think there's just one more volume. There's either volume 5 is out or volume 4, but the latest volume was out recently, and there's just one more volume to go. But I do believe there's a big wait between consecutive volumes. So yeah, this is very episodical. It's about otakus of working age who decide to give dating each other a shot, and yeah, it's basically that. It's this girl who basically has trouble finding this young lady here. She always has trouble finding a guy because and they all run off. All her partners, all her boyfriends, all her love interests tend to run off the minute they find out she's a hardcore otaku. So she meets this guy who's an old this guy right here, who's an old childhood friend, and he's also a major otaku. So they decide to give dating a shot. So this is their story. These two are co-workers of theirs, who are co-workers in their office place, and they are also dating, and they are also otakus. So yeah, full props to Boogie Snacks. He sings the praises of this series, and it's kind of why I wanted to give it a go. I was pretty iffy about it when I heard it was episodical, but yeah, I'm glad. So yeah, Love is Hard for Otaku Volume 2. This, I believe, started off as a webtoon, if I'm not mistaken, and then it got so much traction that it was physically published, which is good for most mangakas, because I believe that's the wish of anyone in in this industry who wants their work to be picked up for a physical release. So yeah, Wotacoil, Love is Hard for Otaku Volume 2. So next up in this haul is Vinland Saga Book 5. I got Vinland Saga Book 4 a while back, and I'm picking these up as I go. I don't know what else to say about Vinland Saga. I think I've already mentioned it in one of the previous clips. I enjoy this. This is fun. This is one of my first seinen that I got into, and I do not regret it. I do not look back on it at all. I absolutely do not regret it. This is an amazing series, and if you're into seinen, I definitely suggest you give this a go. Next we have Love of Kill Volume 4. Now I've been getting into this. I haven't started this yet. I'm trying to collect as much as is out right now before I give this a go. It will definitely be in January's reading log. It won't be in this month's reading log because I still haven't started it yet. This is receiving an anime, and I've seen the trailers and they're pretty good. So yeah, Love of Kill, it's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibe going on between these two main characters. But from what I heard, particularly from Meet the Weeb family moms, Mommy Weeb from Meet the Weeb family, she says romance does take a back seat for the first few volumes. That's why I wanted to give it a full more than 3 to 4 volumes. But I have a feeling this is going to be right up my alley. So Love of Kill Volume 4. I do believe some of the previous volumes have come in one of the previous clips. So yeah, Love of Kill Volume 4. Next up we have Black Clover Volume 1. Now I did haul Black Clover Volume 2 in one of the previous clips. So this is Volume 1. I'm not able to get my hands on Volume 3 right now. Like I have mentioned before, one of my viewers commented in the comment section, and I listened to them, and I definitely gave this a shot. So I'm very interested in reading this. I'm kind of wondering to see where it goes. I hear nothing but good things about the manga, not so great things about the anime, but straight up just looking at this looks really good. It looks like it's something that's right up my alley. So yeah, Black Clover Volume 1. Can't wait to get into the series more. This month I'm particularly trying out a couple of new series, stuff that's new for me. So I hope I enjoy all the stuff that I'm getting in this month, sorry. So next up we have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 2. I did get Volume 1 if I'm not mistaken in the previous haul, one of the previous clips. So I am giving this a shot. Now straight off when I'm looking at this, I can see that, I don't know, it's like, it's not bound properly. There's like the pages are peeking out, but I've heard that this looks really cutesy at first glance, but from what I hear, it does take dark turns, and it's got a bit of an uphill downhill way progress of the story. I'm interested in seeing this is another one of the new series that I'm trying out. I haven't been able to get volume 3 yet, but I do hope I get volume 3. I know for a long time volume 4 was difficult to get. So this is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun volume 2. The artwork is just gorgeous and cutesy, but like I said, from what I hear, it goes to some pretty dark places. So I'm really interested in seeing where this goes, how this goes. This got an amazing art book, and if I enjoy this series, which I think I will, I definitely will if I enjoy the series, I will definitely get the art book, because the art is just gorgeous. I mean, if you see these color pages, I mean, this one's just Hanako-kun, but the previous one had an amazing, really pretty cover page. So yeah, I can't wait to get into this. If you can't tell, I got lots of new stuff, lots of new things in my repertoire, and I'm really keen on getting into them. Last but not least, in this month's haul, we have Fruits Baskets volume 9 and 11. Now, Fruits Baskets was one of the first mangas that I started collecting, and I love these collector's editions. They look really good, but I gotta say one thing, this matte finish, this sort of thing, it's pretty prone to getting dirty very easily. So yeah. Now, Fruits Basket's been a journey for me. This was one series that I started collecting sequentially, and when I started my journey, I was so clueless. I had absolutely no idea that these would become difficult to collect, particularly because they were by Yen Press. Now, I wasn't aware that Yen Press had this problem. Like, I'm pretty much a newbie right now. It's not even been a year of me collecting, but when I started collecting, I had no idea that this stock issue problem would be there with Yen Press. So I just cluelessly assumed I would be able to collect everything sequentially, but then stuff started going out of stock and I wasn't able to get the volumes. So I said, chuck it, let me start getting the volumes the minute, whichever volumes I can get my hands on. So I think I have till volume 4 or 5 sequentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I have 9 and 11. So the remaining volumes I still have to get my hands on, which is proving difficult. Particularly volume 6 is going for exorbitant prices, which I'm just not willing to pay. So I'm gonna be patient, but the only problem with that is now, because I don't have sequential volumes, I have to pause my reading. So this is a very much older shoujo, and I know it looks very it is very cutesy, fluffy, funsy, but it also, it's like a dark fantasy in some ways. It does take darker turns, explore darker themes. It isn't all sunshine and roses in this manga, though it does seem to give that impression. So do remember that when you're going into it. It tackles many issues, and I think it does it very well. This, if you can see the art style, it's very obvious. It's a much older shoujo, older shoujo series. Now, this was one of the first anime I watched, like way back when, the first one, or the new version that's currently out. I watched a few episodes of that, not the whole thing though, because I just wasn't able to follow through on that. So when I started collecting, I definitely thought Fruits Baskets was something I would collect. I managed to stay clear of as many spoilers as possible. I do want to read the manga before I watch the anime, the new anime which is out. So yeah, Fruits Basket, definitely give it a shot. Now, if you want a synopsis of this, it's this girl Tohru. She's due to certain circumstances, she ends up becoming this girl here. She ends up becoming homeless and living in a tent. But what she doesn't realize is she's living in the tent of the property of the Somas. Now due to certain incidents, she ends up living with the Somas. Now what she soon comes to find out is that the Somas have this curse on them, that certain male members in the family can turn into creatures represented by the Chinese zodiac, the creatures of the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So when they are hugged by a member of the opposite sex. So she finds out this, and then she's brought, it's pretty much a secret, she's brought into it, and it's how she manages to live life with these guys, all the while taking care of them. Relationships blossom, and so on and so forth, overcoming hurdles. She begins to understand how life is for them. It's not just the male members, it's some of the female members also, if I'm not mistaken. When they are hugged by the opposite sex, they turn into that particular animal of the zodiac. So this is basically the plot, and she befriends the cat and the rat and all that. So yeah, Fruits Basket, how much? I've read till volume 3, 4.5, I think. Halfway through 4 I am. But I had to put a halt to it because I didn't get my hands on the other volumes. Hopefully I'm able to get more volumes and finish my collection. I hope this stock issue does not last long, but hey, that's for a later time. So if you guys have reached till now, this is the end of this video. But before you go, please take some time, smash that beautiful like button, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber to my channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time I post something new. So these are the volumes that came in this week. I do hope to keep collecting, but I'm going to be putting I hope to put a break on my collecting for some time. Maybe the next few hauls will not be this big, but let's see. So I had a fun time. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, those of you who don't, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. In case you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever it is to celebrate, I hope you had a wonderful time, a wonderful festive season. And since this is coming out right around New Year, I know it's a bit late for wishing you guys a happy holiday season, but I would like to wish you guys a wonderful happy New Year. Hope you guys have wonderful blessings and opportunities and a wonderful time this New Year. Hope this year fills you with joy, love and hope. I only wish for the best of things for you guys. So I'm gonna end right here before I keep blabbering on. So this is me signing out. Hopefully this comes out around New Year's time. So I'm gonna wish you guys a happy New Year, good blessings, good wishes for you, and I'm gonna end it right now. Before I go, please, if you have some time, you can contact me on Twitter simply @Mercy_D. Hit up my Instagram @Mercy_SD, and don't forget to check out the Funny Pajamas Facebook page simply @FunnyPajamas. You can hit, if you do not want to hit me up on my social media or anything, you can always contact me by email simply at mercy@funny-pajamas.com. Everywhere pajamas with a Y. That's all I have for you guys right now. Hope to see you again in the next one. I think the next video going up after this will be my December reading log. Didn't do as much reading as I expected, but I will be putting up a reading log of whatever I have done. So hope to catch you guys in the next one. This is Mercy signing out for now. Bye. Have a good one, everyone.